Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining us today for this session. My name is Kadir Gurashem. I'm a senior researcher and H2020 MOTIV project manager that was coordinated by University of Žilina in Slovakia. So today my presentation is about the MOTIV results and what we achieved during the MOTIV project lifetime. But before starting to talk about MOTIV achievements, I would like to give you a little bit background information about the value of the travel time. So as you may already know that there are two views on the concept of the value of travel time. The first and the traditional one says that the travel time is not productive. This is based on the assumption that the studies started since 16 says that the travel time that is not productive, therefore it should be minimized. Travel time saving is equal to cost saving, while there's an emerging view which says travel time might be valuable. These values can be measured in terms of the quality of experience, not necessarily to productivity or economic indicators. So having this emerging idea in our mind led us to ask this question: what does represent value in mobility from travelers' perspective? To answer this question, we prepared a project proposal for 33 months with overall funding of €2 million, with a small consortium to answer this question: how value of travel time is perceived and experienced across transport modes, generation, gender, and cultures. So in MOTIV, we had a set of objectives to help us to reach our main goal, which was to contribute to advance research on the VTT by introducing and validating a conceptual framework for the estimation of the value of travel time at individual level based on the value proposition of the mobility. And all these objectives and their results could elaborate in two very valuable reports that we prepared during the MOTIV project live, with specific actions and recommendation for mobility policymakers and solution developers. As part of the MOTIV project, we try to investigate what exactly means by worthwhile travel time from users' point of view. For this purpose, MOTIV proposed three worthwhileness elements: productivity, fitness, and enjoyment, that have been used in design of the data collection and later on evaluation of the worthwhile travel time for various generation, gender across all transport modes available in our data collection countries or cities. Here you can see the phases of the work plan that we followed during the MOTIV project live. First, we started with the conceptual, proposing conceptual framework, the holistic view on value of time. During this period also, we developed a Vorti app to collect experience on the mobility and the time value. Our data collection started in May 2019 and lasted 2019. For this period, we collected almost 4,000 users' experience from at least 8 European countries: Belgium, Spain, France, Finland, Italy, Norway, Portugal, and Slovakia. As a part of this data collection campaign, we tried also to keep people active for 2 weeks to have a broader range of users' travel experience. All these data that we collected in the last stage, they have been used for data analysis, and results could elaborate on new value of the travel time methodology for CBA. We could also extract experience factors influencing perceived value of travel time across all transport modes, gender, generation, and cultures. At the end of the project, in July, we also released an open data set with mobility behavior. Here you can see Vorti interface for both operating system, iOS and Android. We designed the Vorti app for both operating system, so that could help us to reach a broader range of users in Europe. So based on our data collection, we had some kind of general findings that I will explain you in following the slides. The most important findings that we had and it emerged from the MOTIV data analysis that the enjoyment is the most important element for making a trip worthwhile. So it's time then to think and make the travel experience as relaxing and as fun as possible for our travelers. The MOTIV results also shows that general differences in the assessment of the worthwhileness for different transport modes, as you can see on the right side of your screen, showing that the bicycle, walking, and the train users on average experience the highest level of travel worthwhileness, whereas car drivers and users of other forms of public transport experience the lowest. Our results also shows that the ability of to perform paid work is especially important for commuting trips and long-distance public transport. MOTIV results also reveals that for active modes of transport, enjoyment and fitness are important worthwhileness elements. So in terms of the role of the ICT activities and assessment of the worthwhileness factors, we had this analysis across different gender and generation and transport modes. Our result, as you can see on the right side, between those ICT related activities and worthwhileness rating in terms of the enjoyment fitness and the productivity, there was no significant difference between the men and women. But when it comes to the different transport modes, based on those activities that the people they were able to carry out during that, we could see also significance of these activities on the people assessment of the travel time. So another factor that we also, two other factors that we also try to make some kind of the correlation analysis to see that to what extent these factors, internet connectivity and charging opportunities, can affect users' travel worthwhileness, shows that there is a significant difference between men and women when it comes to the internet connectivity. So with the average worthwhileness of the rating, men has a higher rating in terms of having access to the internet connection on their average worthwhileness. And when we are talking about transport categories, our result also shows that people that were using the long distance transport modes, they report a higher and big charging opportunity. So they reported on average higher worthwhileness rating compared to the other transport mode. Here we have also some results that shows the difference between among those European countries they have been part of our data collection, how the people they perceive two opportunities of charging and internet connection and their perception of the value of travel time. So again, in terms of the use of the ICT in transport, average values of travel time worthwhileness for ICT activities based on the MOTIV findings are similar for long distance public transport and short distance public transport. In terms of the real travel experience for different transport modes, so the WOTI had a total of 84 different experience factors for which users could report a positive or negative contribution to the perceived quality of the travel time. We have here some top 5 positive experience factor and also top negative experience factor that they contributed to users' perception of the worthwhile of the travel time and across all transport modes. In terms of the transport services and the infrastructures, our results shows that the public transport users and private car users are very sensitive to reliability of travel time, and crowdedness and the sitting availability experience factor was mostly reported to have a positive impact on the value of travel time, and it was among the top experience factors for public transport users. This is especially important in my view in the aftermath of the COVID-19 crisis, which has shown that appropriate distancing is also important for public reasons. In terms of the mid-term and the long-term impact, the MOTIV project also made a significant contribution to improving the appraisal of transport project through the cost-benefit analysis. We also proposed a new worthwhileness index that could enable the estimation of the worthwhileness for a trip if there is information on the level of the productivity, fitness, and enjoyment. MOTIV also released an open data set that this open data set can make some kind of the new synergies between the similar projects in the field, and also can create new partnership, and also can have some kind of impact on better coordination of the daily trips and better involvement of the citizen and social inclusiveness. And it also help transport service providers and policymakers to have a better and the tailored and gender sensitive mobility solution for the citizens. Last but not least, the MOTIV project findings are expected to support inclusive transport policy, balancing the need for speed and accessibility with investment that increase the perceived quality of the travel time, besides increasing individuals' well-being and ensuring integration of all different groups of population in society, aiming at closing the existing equity gap. Overall, the MOTIV project results make the case that from a traveler's perspective, the experience of travel time does matter, which can place the user experience in a central role in transportation planning. Thank you very much for your attention.